Let's Go Zero. Get your school signed up. The next session is run by the charity Ashton and will introduce you to new and exciting Let's Go Zero campaign and explain how your school can sign up. Ashton's School Programme Manager Alex Green will introduce the campaign, talk about how schools can make a stand to be part of the solution to climate change.
Hi everyone, and welcome to today's session for the Youth Climate Summit. My name's Alex Green. I'm here from climate solutions charity Ashton, and we're going to be talking about the Let's Go Zero campaign. And I'm really delighted to be joined here today by Ed Moore, who's from Damer's First School, who's going to join me in the second part of the session, which is doing some questions and answers about his experiences, things he's seen in his school. Looking at sustainability. So first of all, I'm going to give you a bit more information about the campaign and then show a short film, and then we'll do a question and answer session. So there's an opportunity there for anyone who's listening to ask questions, anything you want to know about the campaign or things that schools can do. Please do put your questions into the chat box throughout the whole session, and then we'll get to them at the end, please. Let's Go Zero is supported by lots of different organisations, fantastic organisations across the UK that are helping to make schools more sustainable. The campaign is there for schools to be able to show that they want to be a force for change. They want to be part of the solution to climate change, and that they stand with the students to be able to take more action and do more. When schools sign up to the campaign, they're saying three things. They're saying they want to be zero carbon by 2030, that they're taking action now, and that they want more help to do more. So let's break that down a little bit. Firstly, that they want to be zero carbon. They're aspiring to be zero carbon. This isn't a commitment. We're not setting targets on schools and putting strict restrictions here. This is just about intention and aspiration. It's showing that where you want to be as a school by 2030, that you want to lead the way to solving climate change, and that you want to be leading within your community as well, with the families and children that are in your school, and how you can influence the community that you're such a key part of. That you're taking action now. So we ask that any school that signs up has started, that they're doing something, that they're taking some action in their school. And we know that some schools will be doing all kinds of fancy things, but we know other schools will also just be starting down the road to getting anywhere near contemplating zero carbon. So wherever you are on your journey, please, we encourage you to sign up, because doing something is better than nothing. And then schools are also saying that they want help to be able to do more. The campaign will be working with government and lots of other organisations to see how we can help schools do more. And some of that might be through giving them more resources, or giving them more finances, or just giving them more skills and information to help schools understand their carbon impact more and to be able to take more action. So what is a zero carbon school? So we think a zero carbon school is a school that on its site and within all its activities, it doesn't contribute to climate change through its carbon emissions. So we've broken this down into 7 areas. The 7 areas cover energy use on the site, procurement, food, water, travel, waste, and within the school grounds. Because we can see by looking at the carbon impact of schools that we know, that you really need to look at the carbon impact across all those different areas to really make a difference to get to zero. And of course, curriculum sits across all of these. The learning that we do with students within schools is key to really understanding behaviour change and getting our communities to be more sustainable in a longer term. So curriculum sits across all of these different areas. And you'll see from this slide, there's loads of amazing organisations that are already doing brilliant programmes. And we want more schools to do more of their actions. There's so much out there, so much that is either free or no cost, low cost type actions that you can do, and different programs that you can take part in, and resources that you can use that are there to be used. So we want to just encourage so many more schools to do more things. Let's Go Zero isn't just about signing up though. So early next year, we'll be working with the fantastic Global Action Plan team who bring you Transform Our World. And we're going to be launching a new action planning toolkit. It'll be a free toolkit. It will sit within the Transform Our World website. It'll be able to ask you some questions and understand what you've done already in your school, and then what your parameters are, what are your limitations, and then it'll give you some suggestions for your next actions. And it will tell you how much they might cost vaguely, a little bit about how much time they might take, but also what the carbon impact will be, so that schools can use that information to make sure that they're doing really good measured and impactful actions, that they're really getting the biggest bang for their buck in the action that they're doing to cut carbon. And we hope that'll encourage more schools to do more. So on our next slide, there's some contact details for you. Our website is available there. You can have a look and find out more about what we're doing and things about the campaign, find out a lot more. And there'll soon be a list of all the schools that have already signed up on that website, so you can see who's already joined. You can email us if you have any questions about the campaign, letsgozero@ashton.org. We're here to help. We're here to answer your questions, whether that's someone within your school or maybe you're involved with a lot of schools in the schools network. You want to find out how they can get involved. And then also through Twitter, you can get involved as well. So now we're going to have a short film where you can find out just a bit more about the campaign. And welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that film. So now I've got Ed Moore here, who's joined us for a question and answer session. And don't forget, if you do have any questions that you'd like to ask me or Ed, then please do put them into the chat box as well, and we'll get to them in a bit. So Ed here has joined us. He is from Damer's First School, which is in Dorset. He's a primary school teacher specialising in early years and Key Stage 1 and 2. He brings his passion for the environment and outdoor learning into his teaching, which we've seen in his school quite a bit. So Damer's First School has now got their green flag, their Eco Schools green flag, for the third time, I believe, which is fantastic. And also in 2019, they were Eco Schools Primary School of the Year, which is amazing. So no pressure now on your answers after that introduction, Ed. Lovely to see you.
Good to see you too, Alex.
So I guess my first question is, can you tell us about a favourite activity that your school has done to cut carbon, something that you've done that you really enjoyed doing or had a really great impact?
I think we really enjoyed auditing our waste within the school. We looked at the waste that we threw away in our waste bins to the recycling the things that we recycle. So we analysed what went to those bins across the school. We did tally charts, put them into graphs, then we analysed those graphs and try to work out how we could reduce or perhaps reuse some of those items. And we did this by weighing the bins to see what sort of impact that would have every sort of 2 weeks. Children really loved it. There was a bit of a competition across school. Even went out into the community as well. We looked at our food waste, and now we've got a Ridan food waste composter. So all our food waste is composted on site. No food waste leaves our site at all.
Gosh, that sounds brilliant. The idea of weighing the bins and weighing the waste, and then now having that composter, that's a really great thing to have. I bet it's really great for the kids to learn and understand as they're doing it. So why do you think that climate action is important for schools now, with all the other things going on that we're all dealing with? Why is now a good time to be doing this?
Well, I think it's a fantastic time to be doing this because we are educating the future of the planet, and without doing that, we have no future.
Yeah, I think that's it. That you put it really well there. Educating our future people of the planet. That's great. So why should schools sign up to Let's Go Zero? So your school signed up, which is fantastic to see. Why do you think other schools should?
I think we all should sign up. I think we need to show world leaders that we're really serious about the world that we live in and that we want to take action. And I think this would send a really positive, strong message to them to say, we want to look after our future. We want to do that now.
Brilliant. Right. So we've got some questions that have come in now from the audience. You say we need to be doing something already. What sort of thing counts? Well, anything really. So you might be doing a switch off campaign with your students. You might be weighing your bins like Ed does. You might have done some retrofitting work. So you might have changed your lighting. Maybe you've got an eco club that's doing something exciting. You could be growing food in your grounds. You could be looking at travel to school. Maybe you're having a meat-free Monday to lower the carbon in your meals. Anything. There's so many different things that schools can be doing. That maybe just being involved in Youth Climate Summit. That's something just to start with. So there's lots of things. So anything that you're doing counts. Next question. My head teacher is very reluctant to engage with climate action. I've seen that before. Have you got any recommendations of how I can get him on board? Go on, Ed. This question's for you, I think. What do you recommend?
I would get a group together, get a group of children together, get them passionate. You can't really say no to a child. Get them to go to the head, and say, this is what we want as children, and try and do it that way.
That's a great way to do it. And we've also heard of groups of schools going and speaking to governors, speaking to site staff. It's amazing the power of persuasion of students. So next question is, can a nursery school sign up? Yep. Any educational setting at all in the UK. If you consider yourself somewhere that educates students, children in any way, yes, we'd be delighted if you sign up. Anywhere in the UK at all. So we vaguely say it's educating age 4 to 18-year-olds, but really, if you feel you fit with this campaign, then please do sign up. Is it okay for schools to be offsetting some of their emissions? Yeah, really interesting question. So we think that you should not be looking at that as a first step. So yes, of course, sometimes there's a need to offset, and you can offset within your school grounds. So do you have a building that you can cut your energy use so low, and as well as have renewable generation, that you're actually carbon positive within your building, and that might help offset some of the actions the impact you have in your other activities, for example? Or are you part of a network of schools where some maybe have better potential for carbon impact than others? So some can take a bit more of the weight than others. But yes, we would discourage people from automatically going to a paid offsetting scheme as a first point of call. So question for Ed here. At Damus first, is it the kids leading the action or the teachers?
It's the children. The children lead what we do through. We basically follow them. We follow what they want to do, what they want to campaign on. They do all the leading.
Leading and encouraging, I'm sure. So we've got a question about finances. How can we approach the academy to get the funding we need to change to LED lighting? So yes, finances can be a challenge. What we strongly recommend you do as any school is to look at Salex Finance. It is the government interest-free loan scheme for all energy efficiency. We really encourage you to do that. It's different if you are a local authority funded school than if you are an academy, just simply slightly in the way that the money is given out, but both are currently available now. There is an opportunity for academies as well as local authorities to bid in for money for improvement projects. So we strongly recommend you do that. And then also talk to them about the benefits, show them the numbers, show them the science, how many light bulbs, get the children to count the light bulbs, work out what wattage they use now, what wattage they'll use if you change them, show them the maths. It's a bit of a no-brainer, LED light bulbs, because the sums always add up, it always works. So that's a really good way to do it. And again, get the kids to present it as a case to whoever it is that is the decision maker within your academic group. Do we have to reach 0 by 2030? Well, hopefully we all will, but there's no firm commitment. Your date, it's an aspiration. We say 0 carbon by 2030 because we think that's what we should all be aiming at, everyone, and schools leading the way in that. Whether you get there exactly, what is that quantified definitive 0? That's for you to determine. And if you want to set yourself targets or slightly different targets, we still say aim for that aspirational 0 carbon by 2030 as that goalpost that you're really trying to get to. But what you want, how you want to define that can be very much up to you as a school and within your senior leadership team, or maybe within your academy chain. But aim high, be ambitious. Can we sign up, or does it have to be an SLT? So we ask that the person that signs up is head teacher, member of senior leadership team, or a governor. Although what we really mean is that you need their support. So if you are the sustainability coordinator, the eco club manager, whatever it is your role is at the school, you may be the person that's leading this within your school, but you may not be one of those roles. You can sign your school up and be the named contact, but you need to know that you have your leadership team to do this. Otherwise, it's not quite as strong as a school making that public statement. So yes, please, we'd like senior leadership and buy into it. Next question. I'm a student. Do you have anything I can give to my teachers to get them to sign up? Yes, so we're in the process of doing that now. We're going to be putting on our website, on the Let's Go Zero website, a letter that you can download, and then you can edit it. And it's a letter that just gives the details about the campaign that you can give to your head teacher. The other option is you can send them the website or find out about it, or get in touch with us and we can provide you with leaflets and slides and things that you can use. Arrange a time to go and speak to your head teacher and talk to them about what it's all about. We really encourage students to take this and show it to their teachers and say, we should do this. We as a school need to be doing this, being proactive about this. What do you think, Ed? Other advice for students who want to influence their teachers about taking this action?
I would come up with some good objectives, some really good points, some clear points to take to your head teacher, to tell them, why you want to do this, what are the reasons, what you want to implement within your school. If you've got some really good grounds and some really good ideas, they can't really say no. You're going to be leading it. You've got the passion, you've got to bring everybody else on board. It'd be fantastic for school. So, be positive, clear actions, and go and speak to your head teacher.
Fantastic, great advice. So probably last question, because we're nearly out of time, is how can I share this with other schools? So we'd be delighted if you've signed your school up and you'd like to share it with other schools. We can provide you with logos and information that you can share with your schools that are maybe within your town or within your networks or within your academy group. That would be brilliant. And we encourage you to tweet about it or put it on your school Facebook pages if you have one. Also, you can use the logos to put it on your website and to share it that way. This is something that we really feel that schools will get a lot of confidence from other schools also feeling the same way about taking this action. So we're all in it together. All the schools are in it together as that voice for change. So we are now out of questions and out of time. So thank you very much, Ed, for your input and your expertise. It's fantastic to hear about the things that you've been doing and the work that you've been doing. And thank you to everyone for listening and those questions. If you do want to get in touch, please do that through the email address, which is letsgozero@ashton.org. And you can also get in touch to us through the website and sign your school up through that, or get in touch through Twitter. And we really look forward to hearing more from you all, and do get in touch. And if you have any other questions, follow-up questions, you can put them in the chat and they will get to us and we'll answer them. But thank you very much, everyone, and nice to see you all. And thank you very much, Ed.
Cheers. Thank you.